Find a guy, has no mentor, has not had any coach, whatever, no man to redirect, and then look at his life, ask him certain questions, and you're going to get that he's living in defiance and lawless. And if I'm wrong, yeah. But I challenge somebody to go test that theory, and it comes back. Because I did. And I didn't like it when I first heard this from my grandfather and my dad. It's like every young man needs somebody to redirect them or correct.
Put them in check.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Yeah, this is good.
I want to add to that. I can't remember if it was Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar, but I was reading about his upbringing, and he was given the best mentors growing up as a child. He had philosophers teaching him, like Aristotle was. He had the best teachers in the land mentoring him, teaching him. I'm like, man, no wonder he could conquer the world. Because if you had the best, you're as a child getting that kind of wisdom and insight like built into you. I was like, man, what if I had that? Then I realized though, I do have that. Like right now, we have more access to mentors, both physical access to people we can reach out to, and just through literally books and online teaching. We can access that wisdom from people, the greats, and have them be in our lives, a voice, our counsel, like you said. And so I think it's a very true thing. I didn't realize right away how important it really is to have people with you, mentoring you, correcting you, guiding you. Like it's essential.
Yeah. Mentor is not just somebody just online. The mentor has to subscribe to having a mentee. It's not like you could just go and
assign them.
No, there has to see both qualities, both expectations.
Yes, the mentor has to see the potential.
Yes,
in the mentee.
Yeah, and so what's happening now? People are going online using influencers as mentors, but that doesn't work. That's never going to be effective.
Because the guy online didn't choose you.
Yeah, he didn't choose you.
You chose him.
Right. Exactly. You got it. See, you heard. Yeah. You've been studying So therefore, people will try to do it the easy way and try to get a YouTube influencer. And this is why YouTube and all these podcasts are so effective, because people are grasping that. So they don't have to go to an uncle, a granddad, a dad, a father, a coach, a business.
Is it weird? People would rather get advice to the internet than their own father now.
That's nuts. And I hate it. People were asking about this. There's so many guys, this Andrew Tate character.
Yep.
And like, man, I don't know the guy, but they're like, oh, you don't. It's like, no, I have a dad. I got uncles. I got accountability. This guy has, I haven't heard. The thing that turned me off with these YouTube influencers, and if they exist, please somebody correct me and show me that I'm saying and give bad information. Love me enough to correct me with a genuine concept to say I want to see growth. But my dilemma is these YouTube influencers, these guys that are using that platform to give information to young guys on how to be. I don't hear them talk about what they learned from their father, their granddad, or they're the Saha for knowledge and understanding. And I got to hear somebody say, my granddad, my dad taught me. You don't hear that nowadays. Or my uncle, like you don't hear that. When's the last time you heard somebody say, my dad taught me how to tie a tie, or my uncle, my mentor told me I can't do that. I have to be on time. A reference to that. When's the last time you got? We're all around.
It's been a while. I can't think of one off the top of my head. So it shows how
except
long
for me,
it's been.
right?
Yeah.
Right. That's it. But it does. It's not a common practice where you hear, man, my dad taught me. You hear,
I saw this on YouTube.
Speak truth to power. Like my dad told me, hey, son, always when you're because one time I was shadowing him and he was so honest with the chief of police. And I was like, you told him all that? He said, you always speak truth to power. Not that he has low integrity, but he went into depth of stories that he was telling him. And when we got in the car, he said, you speak truth to power. And the influence he had in the city based off the judge. I've seen my dad go in courtroom and tell the judge, I don't want him to go to jail today. I want you to release him to me, and I'm gonna make sure he's good. And I seen the judge say, okay, you sure? He said, yeah, he's not, but he's guilty. He has the gun on him. He did it. He did. His fingerprints are here. And I seen him double down. I don't want him to go to jail today. He's coming with me. And the judge said, for you, but he can't mess up again. I've actually seen that, but it was the relational equity with being honest
and the trust there.
Yes, I seen going to courtroom to do that. I mean, that kind of thing is, to me, that's how I measure success. Are you touching lives around you? Success is not just your bank account and your success and your Maserati and your mansion and all your stuff and your Gucci, whatever.
Are you helping other people get
How
that?
many lives are touched by you? That's what success looks like. If you do a survey and say, all right, cool. Who has Joe Webb's life touched? Who has a job based off of Joe Webb's work? Who has tried a thing that got encouraged by Joe Webb? Or who has an opportunity because of that? Those are things you evaluate the success. If you're touching lives outside of your own, then you got a little something. Because now you have to be even more accountable because you can't let them down. And you have to lead by example. And so when we talk about success, it has a euphoric, it has a very broad spectrum of what's the word? A broad spectrum of the definition. Because I can say success looks like, do I got enough gas in the car to get back to St. Paul?
Right.
I'm successful because we're good. Yeah, we're good.
And there's going to be dinner, on the table.
Yeah,
for
that's
me
successful.
Too. Like that's successful. There's a roof over my head.
Yeah, that's successful.
Absolutely.
But then there's a guy right now wondering about, should I buy the Timberwolves? Right? See his problem now. No, you laughing, but how many more people are affected in that success than me getting back to St. Paul?
For sure.
It's the question.
It makes a big difference.
But nobody wants to
you
have
said
this.
it good. Yeah, I like that. The success is the amount of people's lives that you touch.
That's what success is. How many people at my funeral, if I die before y'all, I don't let them, cremate me, but make sure they
You don't want to get cremated?
No, I said don't let them.
Don't let them. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, do a good homegoing. But I want people at my funeral to be like, look, this dude touched my life because I remember I couldn't do this. And he said, look, where can I help? Where can I help? Where can I help? Where can I help? That's a friend. And have the ability to do it, not just saying it. Where can I help? Just hear it. Where can I really help you?
And then that goes back to your entrepreneurship and having a successful brand and touching all those people's lives that decide to buy your product. It's not just the clothing brand. It's you actually making an impact on everyone's lives who choose to go through you.
Exactly. I hope it can be a business for a good example of what it means to not just be about profit and product, but to be about people and impact.
You know what? This is going to open a whole bunch of Pandora's box. I've been mildly studying a theory that I came up with a friend of mine, that in order to have $10 million, you got to do something or cut corners. Somebody's going to be distasteful with something you did once you get that money. So all this stuff with all these celebrities, and once you get to a certain amount of money, God really has no role if you didn't have a secured relationship with him. So lawlessness is the outcome, like it or not. And this thing is going to take you on a journey of doing crazy stuff. It's dangerous for a young man to have endless. That is one of the most reckless desires to have as a young, saying
there's so much power that comes with having a lot of money.
Is it power?
You could definitely have a lot of power with the people around you if you have a lot of money. Just take a quick, easy example. Here, you go out to the bar. It's packed. You say, I'm buying a round of 50 shots for everyone.
Yep.
Now you're the man.
You're the man.
You got your power. Or you buy out the VIP booth. You go talk to all the girls. Hey, why don't you come sit in my booth with me over here? Oh, okay. You're waving the bottles around and shit. That's power.
But that's
it influences.
A guy doing that is a cry for help, though.
Yeah.
That when you're doing stuff like that, it brings other concerning factors to how.
It's like you're really powerful, but you're actually really insecure because you're going out and searching for this, recognition from these strangers that don't even know you.
Don't even know you.
Aren't going to remember you either.
But they're going to eat up everything and drink up everything and then tell you thank you. And and they're going to probably high five you a couple of times. Yeah. And you get a sense of dopamine. You feel like you had some value there.
Right.
It's a feeling. And this is a whole nother thing with man and feelings now. I hate it. It's all this man feeling. It just sickens me where we've gone with society of changing roles. You can't watch a movie without the role change.
The feminization of men is becoming a lot more.
I know. It's just nuts.
You don't like the emotions thing? What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is men act on what they see and what they. So when you consider feelings, I'm not saying men see what happens. People will say, "Oh, you don't want to have men can't have feelings. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is men act on what they see and think. Feelings make air. And if we are to lead, or we are to be the dominant source of knowledge with spirituality, rationality in our household, a feeling can get in the way of reality is all I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't have feelings. We're human beings. We're going to have, if you pinch me, if I had some bad sushi last week and that was a bad feeling. But when we're leading our households with feeling, that's what I'm talking about. I don't like it. I think that's the woman's role. Have the feeling all the time. I know guys you can't have a conversation or a dialogue with. It's all I feel like. As a man, that brings scrutiny to other things, because if it's all feelings are not reality, and feelings are the biggest liar. It's the biggest liar. Feelings are the biggest liar. For instance, I was in excruciating pain and my feeling thought I had an earache for 48 hours.